Hi, I'm Mason Russo from hit shows like Full House, Fuller House, and at least Full House. I also host Shot for Shot on the side, but today I have a very special episode. Today we're watching
Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Band.
Sergeant Pepper, only the Yellow Bus or whatever the hell that movie was. We have two incredible, two incredible contestants. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm Michelle Sprung, and I am 21 years old. So I'm
That's important. Do you have a fun fact? Any fun fact?
I collect rubber pigs.
Can you squeeze all of them at the same time?
Not all of them at the same time, but I'll give you.
I'm Heather, and I'm 21, almost 22, and I guess the fun fact is I introduced this drug trip to you guys, so I'm responsible.
Well, on to the show. You know the rules. You get drunk. You say it. You repeat the thing back to me. But this time it's even harder because not even a movie. It's like a 70s fever dream, 60s, whatever.
70s.
I don't like Imagine Dragons. On to the shot. Onto the shot for shot, the show.
Okay, so Sergeant Pepper's blah 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 blah. We open with so we have this marching band that's been we open with World War I. It's the Great World War, and we save the day by having this marching band led by Sergeant Pepper, and they march down the street and everyone stops their war and they're like, oh, the marching band saved the day for some reason. It doesn't make sense, but I don't think it's supposed to.
Okay, it starts off with a montage of this band that's got through all the major world wars, and they were just these war heroes, even though they were literally just a band. And then it cuts to their grandkids who have inherited the instruments. They are also musicians, only they're rock musicians because it's the 70s.
So they're just like, Sergeant Pepper, he is gonna give one last great hurrah, one last great concert. He goes, and then he drops dead. He's dead now. But his grandson is given the medal he was given, and we're in 1958, and they're just like, rock and roll is awesome, and they open playing rock and roll, and it's Billy. His name is Billy. His name says Billy.
Let's see, it goes into the Bee Gees and Peter Frampton singing a song, and they get a telegraph from a record company saying, oh, we heard you, we love you, you should come over and see us. And they leave, and oh no, the instruments get stolen, and all of a sudden the town is cursed, and it's just absolute chaos.
So Billy was over here just I'm Billy, and I'm great, and I sing songs, and I'm amazing. And he has this girlfriend. His girlfriend is named Strawberry Fields. He's playing for the band, and the town's happy that he's happy and playing for the band. So the town is yay. And then this Hollywood person, they have the decibelgram thing. He comes over on a boat, and he's like, here, Hollywood wants you to be a super rock star.
They're partying with them. They drug them, get them to sign a record contract. Gosh. And then while they're away, Peter Frampton's girlfriend is really worried about him, and she sees a billboard with Lucy and the Diamonds, and she's fully fantasizes him making out with Lucy. And she's like, oh my god, he's gonna cheat on me. And she's also freaking out about the fact that her nice, wholesome, beautiful town is just completely destroyed.
So they send them an album. Then he rows back a day later during a concert hey, you win. Go to Hollywood now in this giant air balloon. And then Strawberry is all sad because her significant other is leaving. to Hollywood for sex, drugs, and rock and roll. So we go to Hollywood. They go to Hollywood in the air balloon. Why an air balloon? Why? It doesn't make sense.
So she has to go and see him, and this brings me to like my absolute favorite scene in the movie, where they're in the recording studio playing, and Strawberry shows up, and one by one they all leave, and Robin is like the last one to get it, and they literally have to like pull him away from the keyboard, and he's just like a putz. It's so funny.
The villain, it's a very campy villain. He has this, his name is Mustard. Strawberries, mustard, great combination. Strawberries, mustard. I hate mustard. Mustard's disgusting.
So she brings them to come with her to like get the instruments, and the guy that stole them, his name's Mr. Mustard, and he's got a van with like the fucking creepiest robotics you'll ever see.
He's like, I'm gonna take over the town. He takes over the town. He makes everyone give him money, and like he sells all the real estate or whatever, and he makes the town miserable. So Strawberry's just like, okay, I'm gonna go tell my boyfriend about this. So she gets on a bus, and they're like, Mustard, she's leaving! And he's like, and they're like, Mustard! Oh, there's these like robot women, by the way, who are all like, do this, do that, because Mustard's getting orders from a higher person. So Strawberry goes, and he follows her, and then she's like, hey, and like Lucy and her band plays first, and then like she looks like she's getting really jealous because the guys are all like, ugh, over Lucy. And
he's got this weird crush on Strawberry. It's creepy. And the instruments all went to different people. And I don't remember the exact order, but Steve Martin has one of them, and he's this weird fucked up doctor. Alice Cooper has one. So they go off and they're trying to find the instruments one by one. And they are successful. They reach a point where I think they found all but one. And then they end up being, or no, I think somewhere in between there, they host like a fundraiser for the town. And Earth, Wind, and Fire shows up. It's great. Strawberry gets kidnapped. Then they go off in a hot air balloon to rescue her with the most cartoony background. It's great.
So then, like, the spinny sign thing with the trumpet is all like, ah, and it comes to life. It's like, you fuckers are gonna get back. You're gonna get back alive, you little shit. And then you are gonna be happy because everyone does this whole funeral scene with the black. And they're all sad. And I'm just like really annoyed. I don't even care about Strawberry at this point. Like, they did not build this character well. It's all about the music, I guess, but whatever.
Okay, they go to rescue Strawberry. They find her with Aerosmith. They're like Future Villains band or something. And they play Come Together. And at the end of it, Peter Frampton and Steven Tyler have this really hot fight. And at the end of it, Strawberry just like falls down a flight of stairs and she's dead. And they end up getting all the instruments back, which is great. But then it's like, oh, Strawberry's dead. So then they go into a whole scene of like her funeral and like there's like a little vision of like, oh, life's going on, but then it cuts back to the funeral. He's really sad, and then he just jumps off the roof. But as he does that, the windmill starts spinning, and then it turns into Billy Preston, who suddenly starts like zapping everyone back. He sings Get Back, and it's great because he actually played the song, like the Beatles version of the song.
Basically, like, a circus comes into town. It's just like, hey, we're going to bring the boys to town and save everyone by having this fundraiser. So the boys come back and they sing for a concert, and then the finale happens, like, where they go and fall off the building, and maybe that happens before. I don't remember the order. Anyways, Strawberry is back alive. And she's all, like, dressed in a fancy... The trumpet guy changes all the costumes. Makes them all pretty marching band costumes.
Lucy gets like a nun outfit. It's really funny. He just kind of like fixes everything, and then it ends with like kind of like a recreation of the Sgt. Pepper album cover, but with celebrities of the day. and it's so fun to watch. Like, who's in it? Robert Palmer's in the crowd. It's great, and they're all like singing along and like arranged so nicely, and it's you won't know what hit you. There's so many colors.
What another wonderful episode of Shot for Shot, huh? We had a few goofs, we had a few gaffes, a laugh and a half, but now it is time to figure out who has won. You both provided the plot of the movie and whatever happens in it, and the hot fight with Steven Tyler. But only one can win. And that's John Bolt.
Yeah.
John Bolt, you won. You did it.
Whole movie. I did. I swear.
You saw.
Just take my word for it.
You saw all of 10 seconds of it.
Just take my
No,
word.
he said the whole movie. I watched him. We
Yeah,
were talking earlier. We were talking earlier before the show, and he told me the whole plot, and I'm like, wow, you did it better than both Michelle and Heather.
Yeah. Remember my Rotten Tomatoes
Matt?
review?
Yeah, that was really good.
Shot
Yeah, for shot. I'm gonna do like a. It didn't work. Okay.